Hi, it's Raquel. Welcome back to Recovery to Wellness. This is where survivors radiate badassery. It is currently November 29th, 2025, and I have, for this video, a video book review. We are on video book review number 48, and we are going to just jump right into it because I have about 10 minutes of footage, open footage, for this video. And I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to manage to do it all in 10 minutes. So, there we go. I was able to fit the review, once again, in here. This is actually the last entry for my book club journal. Totally not sponsored. Got it at Barnes & Noble. Got another one from Barnes & Noble, so I have a whole new one. Which I'll be starting for not the next book, but probably the book I read after that I finish reading. We are reviewing this book. It is called An Introduction to Magic. It is 2024 by Nikki Vandekar, Michaela Adrance, Pliny T. Young, and Eugene Fletcher. I'm just gonna say Fletcher Vandekar as et al. As the authors to it. So to make it easier, I'll just say Vandekar, Fletcher, et al. The genre of this book is magic and mind, body, spirit. A little bit of pseudoscience depending on how much you follow in that, but mind, body, spirit is like the official like genre that it talked about when I looked it up online. Book length is 170 pages. I read this book in 5 days. I read it November 8th and 9th. And then from November 25th to the 27th, I technically would have had this video review done sooner, like when I finished writing it on Thanksgiving, but I procrastinated it and that. So that was that. And let's see, I read it the most of probably the 27th. I read it for a few hours. As far as scoring for this book, I wrote the flow of it is a 3 out of 5 stars, 5 being most amazing. Illustrations are definitely on point. They're like 5 out of 5 stars. The writing itself, 3 out of 5 stars, because each author sort of wrote each chapter, like a different chapter. And then the overall general score that I would give it is a 3 out of 5 stars, and would I recommend it? Yes. So, there's a lot, I already took photos on my phone, but there's a lot of really cool, like, it has a lot of watercolor themed sort of artwork in the back, which is really great, so I really enjoyed that. And I also shared with you some of the things that I put tabs in. This is probably the safest one to do it. These tabs, and I'll show you the rest of the tabs later. Chapters are 5 of them: crystals, fairies, palmistry, which I forgot about when I was telling my peer about it at program the other day, tarot, and the zodiac. And it just has lots of different images and illustrations within the whole entire book. I really liked this spread for crystals. I thought that was really pretty. So I'm gonna share that with you. And this is page page 1. From fairies, I really liked this Mami Wada one from African folklore, and this was page 41 and 40. I also really enjoyed this illustration of Morgana Le Fay on page 42 and 43. I just thought the art was really cool, and I liked the purple tones to it. I thought that was really nice. We then have Banshee, which I also appreciated, and would like, again, just like the illustration of it, and then a little bit of the description, which I have actually a quote on as well later. And then the last spread that I really liked was the chapter 4 on tarot. I just really enjoyed how that was. And as far as like other things for like each like chapter has its own kind of like theme for like how the borders are done and the colors that are used, and that's really exciting, and I think is a great attention to detail. Seeing things like that, just how it's like spread out and how it's done. It's very done with a lot of thought and a lot of consideration. Again, like palmistry, we got this kind of stuff going on, like the borders and such. I did enjoy the different typefaces and the different sort of, use of italics and things at times as well. So I really liked that. Other things, again, I enjoy the watercolor effects, illustrations, the art, the aesthetic flow and creativity of the book. Definitely has that new book smell, so that's really awesome too. Some of my favorites were, I liked the crystals chapter. I was most confused on the zodiac chapter, but I did like palmistry as well, and creative like fanfiction stuff from palmistry. And then also I really like the creativity with the fairies. It was interesting to learn about tarot, I thought, too. As far as some critical corner pieces, I thought, especially with the palmistry chapter, like how we're defining deeper and shallow lines is interesting. I don't really know if palms change, human palms change over time. And again, the zodiac chapter, I took a long break, so I kind of got confused as to what it was really about. Also seemed very subjective for palmistry, like what certain things mean. Like there's not like a very replicable sort of science to it in a sense, so I thought that was a little like, is it like legit? I don't know. I also liked this quote. This is kind of made me think of a house fanfic with palmistry. So if the heart line is dramatically curved, that can indicate that a person is very passionate and driven by their emotions, whereas a flat, straight line can show that someone is more practical and rational. A break in the heart line can indicate the end of a relationship, multiple lovers, or infidelity. And that was page 91. So I thought it was interesting. And then my favorite like tarot cards were the Wheel of Fortune, which is asking you to believe in something more, that there is a force for good in the world guiding you through good and bad times. And number 15, the Devil Within, particularly on self-sabotage and self-deception. And the 16th card, which is the Tower. The Tower was about starting over completely, but on the other side of this painful change, you'll find peace. And that was from pages 126 and 127. And then as far as, again, the recommendation score, so yes, I recommend it 3 out of 5 stars. It's not the type of book that I would normally go towards, but I found it at the library and I was like, I picked it up and looked through it a little bit and then I put it back. And then a few days later, I was like still in my head. It was like a bit of an earworm and I was like, I have to take it out and try it out. So I did, and I thought it was intriguing. And going right into that, to the discussion questions for this read, I have 4. So 1, are there any really well illustrated stories or art pieces that are not graphic novels, but if they are graphic novels, let me know too, that you've particularly enjoyed in your life, and what are they? / what would you recommend? So leave recommendations down in the comments, or if you want to type it onto our subreddit, you can do that as well. Number 2, what's a subject matter you wouldn't think to read about, but you might do so in the future. Number 3, what attracts you about your favorite genre? I can't say words today. I don't know why, and I don't have time to reshoot it, so fuck it. What pulls you into that favorite genre? Do you try to replicate it with other authors or the same author? So like, do you try to keep reading that same author to get that like same like amazing, ecstatic, you know, writing out of it? And number 4, what is a book you always recommend or think back on, no matter how long ago it was that you read it? What is it? And how has it stuck with you since you read it? What parts are crystallized for you? So that's the review. So I apologize for how rushed and cramped and like kind of on top of each other, and the fact that I can't speak English apparently within this whole video. But I hope that you enjoyed this review, and let me know down in the comments what you thought, any ideas, any books you would like me to read. It'll probably be a while before I actually read them and before I would film a review, and definitely before I would post it, but even so, if you do have other ideas or authors or genres or whatever, leave any recommendations down below in the comments or on the subreddit. And as always, stay safe. Much love and light to you. I plan to do more video book reviews this weekend and sooner, and I just have to like make a lot of space on my camera, which is giving me a lot of anxiety, but that is neither here nor there. So thank you so much for watching, as always. Thanks for listening, thanks for being here, thanks for sitting through it, and I will see you some other time soon. Bye! Last thing, this was just the amount of page flags I had in this book. If it would focus, that would be great. Yep, these amount of flags. Bye!
Guiding like a lighthouse to